welcome back. Now, when you think of gardening, the inner city might not come to mind first, but one business is changing that. Park City Harvest in Bridgeport is feeding and educating urban communities about farming, planting, and harvesting. And now they're making it easy for kids to understand. This morning, from Park City Harvest, we have co-owner Richard Myers, aka Farmer Rich, and Jessica Rosario. They are co-authors of a children's book called Harvest Heroes. Thank you for joining us this morning, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us up.
Yeah, so excited to chat about this. We have a cool little setup here, and we'll get to what's on the table in just a second. But first, I'm going to start with Farmer Rich. For people who are unfamiliar with Park City Harvest, tell me what you guys do and your mission.
So Park City Harvest started off with two urban farmers, which is me and Farmer Sean. We started off in school. We met in a horticultural program, and then we found out that through the lack of nutrition in our neighborhood, that we can use this education that we have to feed the neighborhood, and that's what we've been doing ever since. We started a business. We found a way to do it legally and all that stuff like that, just give back to the neighborhood as much as we can.
Awesome. Now, how long ago was that?
We got established in 2017.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So what has it been like to see the growth over the past few years?
It's been amazing. I've been along for the ride, you know. We set goals and we constantly complete those goals, and that's the main part of success in my eyes. You know, you set a goal, you aim for it, you do it, and then you get it done. So we've been continuously doing that, which led us up to this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how has the community responded?
The community loves us. Well, I would assume, you know, we're feeding the community. Everybody loves a farmer, especially if they're feeding you.
Yes,
you know, especially
absolutely.
at this kind of race that we do have. We have like CSAs where we can have someone pay for the other families in need. So,
oh, awesome.
With that being said, last year alone we helped feed around 10 different families that didn't have to pay for anything. So,
great. That is wonderful. As
yeah.
we often bring up food insecurity here on the show, and
Exactly.
children that are struggling to have meals during like breaks and things like
Yeah.
that. So that's wonderful. All right, now Jessica, you are a co-author of the book,
Yes.
and this is your first book, right?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. How does it feel?
It feels great. I honestly never really thought that this path was kind of in my life, but Rich reached out to me after we worked together on our community farm in Bridgeport about 2 years ago, and he just had this idea of us kind of making a story that could teach younger people about farming and showing them that different types of people can be farmers, because typically you wouldn't really look at us and think of us as your typical farmers. So we kind of wanted to change that narrative and give a different example.
Did you guys have anyone in mind in particular when you were writing the book? Maybe grandparents? You two?
Us.
Okay.
We were thinking, when I say us, I mean the community.
Oh, okay, okay.
We were thinking
Yes.
about the community. We were thinking that a lot of us, we have to start with the youth, of course, because the youth don't know. I wouldn't know a lot of stuff now if I didn't go to school, so why not start off young? And my background, lots of farming culture, they obviously start with the youth. So what a better way to start with the youth than a children's book?
I love that. That's great. Now, where can people get the book if they're interested?
You get that on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, ParkCityHarvest.com.
Awesome,
I
awesome.
would recommend to get it there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, now let's get into some of these items on the table. What did you bring for us today? We have a little olive oil here.
Yeah, that's so we grow garlic and chives throughout the season, and then we infuse it into some extra virgin olive oil that we get from Tunisia, actually. The olive oil is
wow.
flown in from Tunisia because we were looking for an African-American source to get olive oil. We couldn't find one, so we reached out to Africa.
Very
and then
nice.
we infuse them with natural herbs. The other ones are like rosemary and sage, and then we have a spicy one as well, like
Yeah.
the Cajun one. Yeah.
All right, well, we have a nice little layout here, the olive oil, the tea, microgreens,
Yeah.
and some additional books. You can get all that from Farmer Rich and the Park City Harvest. Really quickly before we head out, let folks know how they can keep up with what you guys have going on.
So park.city.harvest.llc on Instagram, parkcityharvest.com. We're constantly doing growing classes and stuff like that, and cooking classes, so keep up with us. And anything I add?
I think that's it.
All right, thank you guys so much for joining us. Awesome book. I have a nephew. I might have to get that for him.
You should.
All right.
Like, get 3 of them and then send it to your
Just
other
in case he
cousins.
misplaces the other ones.
Yeah. Think about the family, you know?
Yeah,
Spread
of course.
them out.
Yeah, yeah. All right, thank you guys. We're going to check